Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from MouseSteps.com.
And this is episode number 424.
424.
Of Mouse Steps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. We're heading into a new year in just a few days, and we've got Epcot International Festival of the Arts, which will be starting soon, as well as the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival, and that's just at Walt Disney World.
Two of my favorite festivals.
Flower and Garden's my favorite, and then Festival of the Arts. But I am looking forward to all of that, and if you want to book with MEI and Mouse Fan Travel, you can check them out at their website.
So we're starting off the show here on Christmas Eve at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort.
And look how beautiful it is out on that day. We went for macadamia nut pancakes, which has become certainly my favorite, and then we got some eggs and potatoes as well.
Rounds out that perfect breakfast, a great way to start the day on a beautiful, beautiful day. And I will also mention when we were there, we were able to get some brand new tiki mugs, and we're about to take a look at that. There it is.
And I just want to mention also the macadamia nut pancake. You can take it home or even bring it to your room and just heat it up in the microwave, and it's just as good.
And that was a Lapu tiki mug there, and that's a salt and pepper shaker on the left.
Yes, we didn't get everything, but we got those two.
Everything
those two
you see
items.
there,
yes.
we now have at home, so I'm very happy about that.
I thought that was nice.
So we took a walk from the Polynesian Village Resort over to the Magic Kingdom, and we stopped to take a look at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort.
Well, we went for... Later in the day, we went for the gingerbread, and
We'll
I
show
don't know
that.
if we're going to show that. And so we did the walk, and this is really one of my favorite walks on property. It's very easy,
especially on a cool day. It was nice and cool in the morning on this day,
and you can just see how beautiful it is. I thought it would be packed. The Magic Kingdom was busy-ish, but it wasn't bad. On this day, it was not.
And here we are in our usual spot. We only had to wait about 15 minutes for Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time parade, but right when the parade started, it really filled in, as you could see.
Well, we waited about a half hour in that spot. It was 15 minutes before the parade started.
But then you had to wait for it to get to it. You're right about that.
To Town Square. So, Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time parade, it has certainly been cut back this year. We probably noted that during Mickey's the after hours.
This is the third time we saw it, though. We saw it both times during the event, and now we're seeing it here during the day. I much prefer it during the day, and especially a beautiful day like this. I think you can see all the details better, and it's just, I don't know, I really like it during the day.
I agree. I mean, I like it in the evenings as well, where you might have the snow falling and all that as well. But during the day, you can see the characters and you can see the floats and it's a lot easier for me to take pictures as well.
So here we are looking at some of the characters you mentioned, and we're about to see Olaf and his float. At one time, this float went to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Remember that when they had the Frozen parade for a little while?
I forgot that the float went there.
Frozen Summer Fun.
This used to be... wasn't this somebody else's float? It wasn't Scrooge's float, right?
I don't know. I know there was another character on one of these floats, these house floats. They kind of look similar. I think it was the other one where Goofy is now. I think they had Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, I mean, the floats get just sort of like, right now we're going to see Elsa, and we're seeing Anna and Kristoff, but Elsa's on a float that was... Chip and Dale were on for years and years and years, and they would throw snowballs at each other. So it's interesting to see how the floats, change around, and Kristoff has been up here as well.
Right.
This is not normally Elsa's spot.
That's right. This is a change made this past year because Anna and Elsa were always in with a horse-pulled buggy, a sleigh, during the regular parade. So very different. But we've seen a lot of evolution over the years of the Christmas parade.
And now we have Max, and Max is in the car. It's like a candy car that we have seen Vanellope in for a number of years.
Von Schweetz.
Yes, last year, I think, was the first year that he was in this, and then Goofy is behind him. Last year, it was during the day, every day. It wasn't the full parade. Well, this isn't necessarily the full parade either, but they had cavalcades last year.
Correct, and Goofy, normally in this full parade, would have his own float, the Goofy's Candy Company float.
So that's why he's here. This is where Wreck-It Ralph often has stood. And behind them, we have Chip and Dale as bakers, and then... we have like 4 gingerbread men, I think.
And you know what song they like to sing?
Scrumptious.
Scrumptious! They love it. And your favorite, the Diva of Derry, is approaching, fast approaching, so you'll see her. You got lucky, though. She didn't sing your favorite refrain right in front of you, like sometimes happen. All 3 times we saw this parade, you escaped your favorite song.
We saw her a lot at Disneyland Paris.
We did.
They had the parade out there, and we've already shown it, is incredible. And so you have all the characters with the new outfits, and she was.
And they have a gingerbread. They have a gingerbread man there, but they have Mickey ears, which that would have been nice to see. Here she is, scrumptious again, doubleheader for you.
You don't have to do it twice.
But she's not making the cookies at the moment, so you got very lucky. And here are some princesses.
Right, we've got the princess float, and of course the mirror float. So you have 4 princesses here. You have Rapunzel and Belle and Snow White and Princess Tiana.
And you mentioned the mirror float, a long-time float. I can't remember parades at the Magic Kingdom without this float being a part of it.
I mean, it was pretty much almost from the beginning, right, that they've had this float. And you have a variety of different princesses here also. You have Ariel and Princess Elena. We have Milan on the side. And also Cinderella and Fairy Godmother almost always is like tops it out.
And you mentioned Mulan. This would be her first season in the Christmas parade, so that is definitely a change. Now we're going to look at the Toy Story float here.
With Woody and Jessie. And Forky,
a little bit of Forky back there.
No Bullseye this year. We lost Bullseye.
You know, it's a very short season here for the free, I guess you could call it the included version of Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time Parade. I think only 8 or 9 days that it's showing, it runs to without being part of a party event. And here are the toy soldiers. Although when we were here for the event, the what was the Mickey's
after hours, the very merriest after hours.
There were 8 toy soldiers on that night. That was the very first night, and here we have 4 toy soldiers.
And there's usually like 20 or something, so it really is very different than there's a lot of little cuts to the parade, but that
was quite noticeable with 4 soldiers.
Yes, because they usually have the horns, and it's really something. So,
but you have all the reindeer.
I think it's
every reindeer is in attendance.
Is it every reindeer?
I double checked.
Okay, I actually love the reindeer too. And so one of my favorite parts of the parade, which I say every year, I'm sure.
And of course, traditionally, we always have Santa Claus himself. Here he is, and he is finishing out the parade.
And Santa this year, they have cast also not only a white Santa, but now a black Santa. And I thought that was
more
very
diversity
cool.
in that, so that's very nice. There he is. There is Santa Claus himself.
So I thought that was really great.
But not many more days left if you want to see Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas Time Parade. It will be finished very soon
Glowing
for
away.
The season. That's right. And here we are taking a quick look at the castle, and I believe we're going to go on the People Mover to check out the latest Tron construction.
Except right now we're looking at the sign in Storybook Circus, but now we're on the People Mover, and I am excited for when this does open. I don't know if it will be 2022 or 2023. It's not,
There's no official announcement of what year.
No, first we'll have Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. That will come, I think it's supposed to be, is it spring or summer? Probably, they may have said summer, but usually.
I think they did say summer.
Usually it's early summer. Usually it's, that time frame where you're looking at April, May.
All the other times they've opened Guardians of the Galaxy, when you say usually.
No, for big attractions.
I'm just kidding.
Or it's usually the start of the summer.
Now this, I think I might be more excited to have the Walt Disney World Railroad return.
I can't wait. It's like 3 years closed already. We got to do a railroad in
Disneyland Paris and in Disneyland Anaheim. Both times we made a point to ride it. Especially in Anaheim, and I really miss going on the train, so I look forward to the return of that.
That's a big thing, too, for me.
And now that the Christmas season has officially started here at the Magic Kingdom, you see the characters have their Christmas scarves on, and here they are. It is the Winnie the Pooh characters.
We joked about it during the after hours event, just how the characters, they never really have hats, they just have the scarves. So it's
for Halloween they have full costumes,
scarves.
But for Christmas they get their Christmas scarves, and there they are.
The scarves are nice though. I mean, they're a little something. They're not just like a red scarf. They all
They are themed to the characters.
At least, yeah, they are a little bit.
And that was about it for us at the Magic Kingdom.
And now we're taking the scenic walk back, first to the Grand Floridian. And I love this walk. And also, we are not really doing the monorail at the moment for the next month or so.
Just trying to play it safe.
A little safer,
the current situation here. But I mean, really, it's just such a beautiful day out with palm trees. It's perfect weather. Who wouldn't want to walk outside?
I would want to do it anyway. And so we're at the Grand Floridian. It looks gorgeous. There's a hidden
Mickey in those flowers.
Yes, the flowers are, the beautiful flowers have really returned here into the vases. And then you can see this giant Christmas tree.
We had done a lot of traveling. This is the first time I actually was able to see the tree up. I saw the gingerbread house fully up, but not the tree before. So this was my first time.
Well, I think I had seen it maybe one other time this season, but we've been back from Paris.
You said it was very crowded at the time.
And it's pretty crowded. It was relatively crowded now too. There's something about, I don't know, I've never seen lines like this for the gingerbread house like all day long.
How long were you in line to get?
Like a half hour.
Wow.
At like, I don't know if it's like 3 p.m. or something, and there's like it was like a half hour wait to pick up. I wanted to pick up a couple Stollen breads.
It was so good though. We had that this morning. Stollen's so good.
But every time I've been in there, it's busy. Like, everybody just loves the gingerbread.
So now we are jumping to Christmas Eve, and as tradition for us, we always spend Christmas Eve at Disney's Fort Wilderness campground.
And here we're having food from P&J's Southern Takeout, which is it's attached to Trails End, and you can get that really great fried chicken. I don't think Trails End right now has fried chicken, but P&J's Southern Takeout does. And for about $24, we get a piece of chicken and then large sides, like a large cornbread, a large mashed potatoes, we got a large coleslaw as well. And it really is like we brought some home. We
had with two meals out of the whole deal. But really, this was just so nice to be able to eat outside, have sort of a little picnic out front. It was again a nice tradition. I love the wrapping, by the way, on the cornbread.
And that is Sam Carter designed the artist, and it is beautiful. Like you can tell, it's from it. Somebody who loves Disney designed that wrapper, and maybe we'll see it somewhere else, but I love that it's, here at Fort Wilderness.
Somebody had commented Tokyo Disney quality with the wrapping of that. So really great job. And I guess Jeff Granito is the one who designed the plates there. And what a nice meal that was. Again, our traditional Christmas lunch there, Christmas Eve lunch.
I just, I love Fort Wilderness and their chicken is so good.
So after lunch, we decided to go and check out some of the campsite decorations.
And this is one of my favorite things to do here as well. The campsite guests are really creative. You can see here, Spider-Man is climbing up this RV, and sometimes they really mix and match the different characters.
Yeah, like you've got mixture.
Rudolph and Mickey and Spider-Man and the nativity, the nativity as well. So it's always fun to kind of see what the campsite guests come up with. Here you have like a million different Mickey Mouses.
Now this is quite the collection here. All of this is from one campsite, and it just goes on and on and on. Very impressive. And we saw it first at night, but I like the daytime viewing a little better.
Now there's a little less decorations, I think, this year. But
Overall.
But some of the campsites are really incredible. So, it really made... I liked this year more walking around during the day, I think, and seeing, because not everything lights up, so you really can see everything so well during the day.
And we actually did quite a bit of walking. We parked at the parking lot out front, and we just walked. We didn't take a bus at all the whole day, and we were able to see a lot just by kind of walking around.
And I like that walk from the settlement to... from the parking lot to the Meadows to the settlement.
Trading Post and the settlement.
It's only about a 25-minute walk total. I think right here we're a little closer to the settlement area, which is where Trails End and everything is. Pioneer Hall is not yet open. There's no hoop-de-doo or, unfortunately yet. I'm hoping that will will come back in the near future.
Right, and they also don't have the wagon rides, which is something that we've done in the past yet. They have the pony rides.
Well, they have the sleigh rides. Mm-hmm. They did do that this season, so that's something that guests have booked so that you can, and that's something they didn't have last year. Right, and then the wagon rides haven't. But the sleigh rides take you around the different loops to see the holiday, the Christmas decorations.
Now, we've been kind of setting up Fort Wilderness, talking about how it works. This is still the same camper's display of Mickeys, and it doesn't end with the inflatables. We're going to come up and look at the monorail and the train, and they have like a mini park down there. I mean, to me, look at all the Mickeys up there. I mean, it's just amazing what some of the campers bring and display here.
Can I say I did not see a few of these decorations.
You have the contemporary,
mm-hmm.
And the train going around. I mean, it's just spectacular, really.
I would never set up quite like that. I'd be so nervous.
Oh, now we're going to talk about the Rusty Bus.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like because they have a QR code. They are a Rusty Bus that goes around. It sounds like they're going to go around the country, and they're on Instagram.
And that's a wrap, by the way. That is not an actual Rusty Bus. It's a brand new. I saw it before. I did what you said. Oh, and it's the Hitchhiking Ghost in their Christmas attire.
And they're there every year for Halloween and Christmas. So somebody is there for, I guess, a few months at a time.
A lot of the National Lampoon Vacation inflatables appeared this year. I don't recall seeing as many in previous years.
I really don't remember them at all in previous years. So they must. It
must have been a new offering.
Yes.
And we have a lot of Sandy Claus here, one of my favorites. Nightmare Before Christmas, Jack Skellington. I see Sally. I see Zero. I always love the Sandy Claus and Nightmare Before Christmas.
And they had one of the best golf carts in the Christmas golf cart parade. This is the holiday golf cart parade. Mm-hmm. It's much shorter than Halloween. The Halloween one is so big all the time.
Even the 4th of July one can be very, very big. And this is usually the shortest one of the year. But it starts off in a great way. Look at that. I mean, a giant gingerbread house on a golf cart leading the way. That was one of my favorites.
When we talk up the golf cart parades, I like to mention this is a little shorter than so the Halloween is like you can also tell by how many guests are watching.
Right.
At Halloween it was like
packed,
yes. But there are still some really, really fun carts. Campsite guests.
Look at this snow coming out of that one.
Campsite guests are so creative. There's another one that has a ton of snow and other ones that do bubbles. And then there was a couple of entries for Disney Cruise Line.
And they actually played the horn from Disney Cruise Line. I thought a lot of audio involved. And here's another gingerbread house.
And this, I don't remember as many carts in any parade that had more going on in the back than the front. And they always, there's a number of them that do have, every parade. But on this one, percentage-wise, it's like, look what's in the back. You want to make sure you keep looking.
Well, here's a great example of what you're saying. You might miss. Here's the Grinch, and the Grinch inflatable goes by, but there's the Grinch himself in the back waving along. And then, here, Jack Skellington, or Sandy Claus.
From that Sandy Claus, that site. So again, what's going on in the back.
And these guys are really into it. There's, of course, some rock Christmas music being played, and they're kind of playing along. And this is the Fort Wilderness Railroad. So that's the last cart we're going to see, but a wonderful parade.
Cast members were driving that one. There was a number of cast member design carts in there.
And now we're going to check out the Tri-Circle D Ranch. We always try to make a visit here when we can, when we're over at Fort Wilderness, and it's decorated for Christmas, for the holidays, I should say, this year.
And we're going to look, I don't know if we're going to look at a couple of horses or not.
We're going to see horses, we're going to see calliopes, we're going to see Christmas decorations.
And I love that the Christmas wreaths have, there was horseshoes in them, and it really...
Always themed, very, very themed, with pine cones and everything. I do love it, too.
And so we're going to also see that calliope, and I was surprised that the calliope was decorated, but we're just looking at the Christmas tree first. I did not take a picture, surprisingly, at all of the Christmas tree except from afar.
Really?
Yeah.
Shocking.
I was so surprised because I took so many pictures in here.
And also, I should say, not busy, as you could see. There were a couple people, but not busy.
There was a lot of guests at the pony rides. I don't want to say a lot, but there were a number of them. And so this is the 1907 Dragon Calliope, which was used in the Mickey Mouse Club Circus Parade in the 1950s, and also in the movie Toby Tyler, and I think that said 1960. And so this is really a historic. This is over 100 years old, this Calliope, and we've seen it out a little bit.
So nice that they have a great place to store it now. There's music. You can hit a button and hear the Calliope play. And of course, while you're here, why not take a look at and see the horses?
Well, Skylar was so beautiful and just was like watching me when I went by. And I think that Skylar has blue eyes, just really beautiful. And I think they call this the draft barn. Like, he's a Clydesdale. And then there's other horses as well. We didn't see any... we saw ponies, but not like the foals,
right?
Like not
the
really
little
young,
ones.
not the young horses. So here we are, just looking at some of the decorations.
Remember the Oswald inflatable? I was surprised they even had such a thing.
I had never seen one before. That was the only time, and we didn't see him out during the day.
Yeah, he had already been packed away. Now, you mentioned the sleigh rides, and here is what it looks like at night. Very nice.
And we have not done a sleigh ride in about 10 years here.
We need to do the sleigh ride again.
Maybe in the next year or two.
And the llama, I remember during the day you were like, I forgot to get a good picture of the llama, and you ran back and got him.
Well, I got the nighttime picture, but I wanted the daytime picture. This is Christmas.
Now, Christmas Day, we had a change of plans. We had other plans on Christmas Day, but we ended up here at Disney's Port Orleans French Quarter, and we also took a walk over to Port Orleans Riverside.
Well, we were going to see my mom. She felt a little under the weather just on that day, so we were like, I wanted turkey. So I looked online. Who has turkey? French Quarter has turkey.
Yes.
So that is how we decided where
but we had
going.
already driven, 75 miles round trip. We were about halfway to your mother's house, so this was a very last minute decision.
And can I say just it really is wonderful to live someplace where you can say, where can I find a turkey dinner, on Christmas Day, and
then go there and have nobody around. You can enjoy it in peace, and it was quite wonderful. And a good helping and good food. And not only turkey, I mean, you can get you could find a ham dinner, really anything you want, living here. But so peaceful. I mean, this is Christmas Day afternoon, probably about 2:30 or so, and boy, it was just wonderful. And then I ordered the beignets, the Mickey-shaped beignets. They normally come in 3. And they said, Merry Christmas today. And you get 4 because it was Christmas. So we had a bonus beignet today. And we did a bonus walk. We needed a bonus walk after this. But that was... Look at this guy's very happy with his 4 beignets. And we never planned to be here on Christmas Day. So it really turned out very nice. And again, I mentioned how peaceful it was. I mean, we could have just sat here. I think we had a drink here. And it was just nice to just relax by the fountain for a little while. This was a great alternative for Christmas. We'll see my mother probably on Thursday. But there were very, very few guests there. Everybody was in the park, I guess. And, when we left, a few people were, I think, coming back. But there wasn't even, the Disney Springs ferry here wasn't even too busy sometimes. Yeah, no, look at that. It's not that bad. It's hard to see. I guess there's guests on it, but it wasn't too bad. It's not full, and we certainly could have ridden, and we'll have to do that one of these. That will be nice. And I just, we walked over to. I don't know if we're going to show to Port Orleans Riverside as well. Mm-hmm. And these are, of course, the moderate hotels, the moderate resorts. They more recently reopened. We're going to have Disney's All-Star Sports being the last one to reopen. That's coming up, I think, in March. Or maybe it's like the last day of February. Anyway, in a couple months, All-Star Sports is going to be open, and more recently, Port Orleans French Quarter and Port Orleans Riverside. And we're just taking a look at one of the mansions here, Riverside. This is where the princess rooms are, across the water here. And at this point, and I looked online because I was curious, what are the room rates right now? And the most expensive room rate topped out at about $500. $500? Yeah. For what room? For the princess room, because those are the more expensive, and princess room with like a river view. So right there, right across the water here would be about $500. That's probably, yes, rack rate. And so here we are at
were at the marina, and they were renting out the bikes.
Mm-hmm.
What are those called? The Surrey bikes.
Surrey bikes. That's right. We saw a number of them actually out.
I didn't even know those were out right now.
And this is the lobby here. Beautiful Christmas tree and all the Christmas decorations, holiday decorations, I should say.
Well, Christmas and holiday.
Here comes a random guest to go and take a look at some of the
brochures. I'm like, look, we can get. You can get all the brochures at one time.
That was good. I've not seen that. Even
it's been a while. It's been a while since we've seen that.
But it looks very nice. And again, Christmas Day, not at all crowded. I think you're right. Everybody is at the parks. I'm glad we did not go to the park on this day.
And they had turkey too, but it was not in the app. So we could have eaten here as well.
Oh, yeah.
But
that's right. That's right.
French Quarter was great.
I had not been in this store literally in a few years, and I love this shop. I love all the different characters they have in there. Mm-hmm. It's always fun to take a look around. And
this is actually one of my favorite gift shops, and has been on property. It's just a very large gift shop. And you never know what you might find. Except you'll find that Donald. I don't know what's going on with him, but with the eyes.
Yeah, Donald looks like. Well, I think what happened is that box fell on his head, and his eyes are kind of woozy.
I never got that.
Yeah, because when you look above, you see like this box and this rope that's broken. So, and here are Mickey-looking characters. They must be his nephews.
That's what I figured. And then
Sooty Goofy.
And there I am. I'm making another
random
appearance.
guest walking by, wearing the same shirt as you have on right now. And then, it's been washed since then.
Yes. And Goofy, I mean, he's got some soot on him. And
well, he shouldn't be looking in that
he probably should stop.
Chimney area there. Anyway, so that was our Christmas. We ended up having a really wonderful holiday and a great Christmas, and we want to wish everybody happy holidays
and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, whatever you're celebrating.
So that is another show. We want to thank our sponsor, MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel.
Thanks to them. They have been in business over 15 years, and they do such a great job, and we really appreciate them. Check them out, and they'll try to get you the best deal for your trip.
Yeah, a lot coming up, as you mentioned, the International Festival, Epcot Festival of the Arts, and soon after that, the Flower and Garden, one of our favorites.
All of that is just around the corner. And Disneyland Paris turns 30 years old, and they're going to start celebrating over a month early. So that
is coming sooner, yes, very soon.
Because of that, it's not April 12th, and I don't have it in front of me. I think it's March 6th. Is when they're starting to celebrate, approximately. And so I don't know why they're celebrating early, but
they want to get full advantage of that 18-month celebration
maybe it'll be 19 or 20 months then.
So I'm not sure what we will be doing this week, but I do think next week we'll be talking about our favorite events that has happened, at least for us, in 2021.
Well, it will be maybe a look back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that we're going to do anything too interesting this coming week. Although I'm going to say I really love the resorts, and I know we're going to look at more resorts, but we're going to kind of start moving away from the holidays.
Well, this is a week to lay low because the parks are a bit busy.
Yes.
Actually, they're packed.
Well, we're going to go. I think we might go to Epcot on Wednesday, and then a few resorts. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, I mean, we're going to do more. I think the show is going to be more of a retrospective, just of, kind of favorite things.
But we will have some exciting stuff coming up, thanks to our good friend Roni from DLP Alicious.
Yes.
Getting some great coverage at Disneyland Paris, including a walkthrough of the newly opened castle. We're going to get to see the dragon. We're going to see the new nighttime show stops there with the projections and the fountains for the Christmas parade.
And the gallery. What about the Sleeping Beauty gallery?
I already have it.
I can't wait to see it.
I just have to get that done, get that edited. We have so much really great content that I have to get edited and posted. So we're not at all short of content.
Well, I was hoping that they would open the Sleeping Beauty gallery and the dragon while we were there. It was supposed to open like the first day of December, and it's like, well, hopefully they'll open November, 29th or 30th. And then they didn't open until a few weeks later.
Well, just again, check out our good friend Roni at DLP Alicious. And on that note, happy holidays, happy New Year.
Yes,
Happy New Year, almost 2022.
And Mickey's Dazzling Christmas Parade is still playing for almost 2 more weeks at Disneyland Paris.
Yeah, we'll have to jump in a plane and head back.
Well, not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Not quite yet.
Maybe at some point in 2022, we'll head.
So we'll see everybody in 2022. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.